I simmed 500 years on Football Manager 2023 just to see what would happen. Did Man City go bust? Are Man United still title challengers? And who's dropped out of the Premier League? Let's find out. Let's start with the Premier League. Blackburn are champions in 2,522. Relegated are Welling, Lincoln and Hereford. I mean, wow. These teams being in the Premier League, I mean, it was a poor season for Welling, 12 points. But it's amazing. For Welling to be in there is really impressive. Man City finished 7th on 68 points. Chelsea 9th and Arsenal 10th. Probably not good enough for them, really. But yeah, let's have a look. Club legends: David Silva, Vinny Company, Sergio Aguero. Sergio Aguero is obviously long retired now. In terms of the competitions that Manchester City have won, they've won 18 Champions Leagues, finished runner-up 20 times, won 63 Premier Leagues. The most recent one, they haven't won the Premier League for 21 years. In fact, they haven't come close. They finished third in 2,518. So they've kind of gone off the boil in the last 20 years or so, which is quite funny to see. Man United, on the other hand, let's have a look at how they're doing. So, Spanish manager, surprisingly still using the same kits. Obviously, we know why. Competitions-wise, let's see. So, Manchester United won 19 Champions Leagues, runners-up 17 times, 70 Premier Leagues, last winning it 2,504. They finished runner-up 2 years later. And they haven't really won anything since. They've not won anything since, actually. Okay. Now, if you were eagle-eyed when we looked at the Premier League, you will have noticed that two big teams were missing. Liverpool and Everton are both in the Championship. Liverpool finished 3rd. Everton finished 12th, which isn't good. Liverpool fans, though, if you thought 30 years was bad, if you thought having to wait that length of time was bad, it has been 406 years since Liverpool last won the Premier League title. "406 years. There's not a lot we can say about that. That's impressively bad. So maybe don't cry about that. And in fact, just to rub it in, Everton, who finished 12th in the Championship this year, have actually won the Premier League more recently than Liverpool. They won it in 2,207. They've actually won 4 Champions Leagues as well. Finished 5 and runner-up 5 times. So, fairly impressive from Everton in terms, obviously they're struggling now, but impressive in terms of, if you look at all the times they've actually had to get promoted though, 2049, 2068, 2082. So they get relegated quite a lot. The story says they actually win the Championship quite a lot. They won the Championship 44 times. Really impressive. And I couldn't stop looking at the English leagues without looking where my team were, where Wrexham are. My team, that's what, if you watch the Welcome to Wrexham series that you've seen me do, you'll know how much I love Wrexham Football Club. It's been part of my life for 30 years, and unfortunately, they've still never won a Premier League title. They won the Championship once, 13 League One titles, 9 League Two. But they've never captured a really big trophy, which is a shame. Ryan Reynolds actually left after 10 years of being chairman, so he stayed for a while, and then it's got passed over to various people. However, they did just win League One, so they are back up to the Championship now. So fingers crossed they have a good season next time. Who knows? Okay, let's take a look at Germany. So Bayern Munich is still up there, Leipzig is still up there, but the champions are a team called Fürth. Now, I've never really followed German football. I've never managed in the Bundesliga on this game, So I had to look up who they are. Now, they are a Bundesliga 2 team in the real world today, sit mid-table as it stands, but they have absolutely destroyed the competition this time with an absolute... They've just walked it. Firth have been phenomenal. 23 Champions League wins, 21 times runners-up, 83 Bundesliga wins. Now, let's just put that into perspective, that they won their first 3 titles before 1930, and their 4th one came in 2079. That's amazing. That's incredible. Incredible. Bayern Munich, obviously incredible as always, 161 Bundesliga titles, 28 Champions League wins, and 22 runners-up. But eagle-eyed viewers will have noticed there is no Borussia Dortmund. Let's see where they are. Okay, so Borussia Dortmund are in the 3rd division. Now, I can't show you the table for that league because we don't have it on. Competitions-wise, 17 Bundesliga wins, 29 times runners-up, and they've won a Champions League in 2065. So not a bad time, but they have crumbled and dropped massively from where they started. Over to Spain, and nothing's really changed. Real Madrid, still champions, actually went undefeated this season. They only drew 2 games. That's amazing. Barcelona finishing 5th, Atletico Madrid in 2nd. So you could say there's not really a lot has changed in Spain. If you look at Real Madrid's 386 La Liga wins, 28 Champions League wins, 21 runners-up. That is pretty incredible. And just to give it some context, that this run that we are doing from this save starts right here, 2024. So it is on the... That is impressive. 2024 was the first win. They have gone on to win 386 titles since in total. If we look at Barcelona, on the other hand, they look to be struggling, finishing 6th. They have only won the league. They haven't even hit the century yet. 89 times, 5 Champions League winners. They found, 7 runners up. They've reached the final 4 times and not won it during this simulation. 170 times they finished 2nd in La Liga, and 144 times they finished 3rd. And over to Italy. Again, it seems that not a lot has changed in 500 years. Juventus still winning the title with Inter Milan coming 2nd. So, yeah. There are a couple of teams in there, though, that you would expect. But if you look at Juventus' stats, 306 wins of the La Liga title, which, again, is mighty impressive. 17 Champions League wins, they've been runners-up 23 times. If you look at Serie A and the past winners, Inter Milan actually went on a massive run, winning it from 2514 /15 to 2520. That's so difficult to say. 2520. So they won it for 7 years on the spin. Juventus did it here, and it seems to be a common thing. We look at Juventus' domination here in the 2400s. That's ridiculous. The odd year where a Milan team won. But oh my days, look at that. That is ridiculous. And Milan had a good run here, but Juventus look at it, it's ridiculous. But if we go back to the league here, again, there's a big team missing. Roma aren't there. They're also not in Italia Serie B, which I know they're not, or C, or CA. They're here. It's Italian Serie CB. They, again, are another club that has just fallen off the face of the earth, and it's amazing to see that's happened. Really is. And over to France, where we look at Clermont sitting top of Ligue 1. PSG finishing 3rd. Clermont, amazing. Really incredible. A team that have come out of nowhere. It is a sign of true kind of class to be able to beat PSG, especially with the money they've got. And it doesn't look like they've done too badly, actually, in the last 80 years or so, which is when they've kind of come to prominence. 24 league wins since 2,435. They've won the Champions League twice in that time as well, and finished runners-up 4 times. That is very, very impressive. PSG, on the other hand, have been as dominant as you would expect. 214 league wins, 41 Champions League wins, and bear in mind that all of them came during the simulation because they'd never won it before. But what I would say is I would have expected them to have won more Champions Leagues just with the money they've got and the players. So that is a bit of a surprise. The Champions League has been something of a surprise as well, with Slavia Prague and Beitar Jerusalem winning for the last 3 between them, and Crystal Palace actually reaching the last 2 of the last 3 finals, which again is pretty impressive. You've got a team like Bravo from Slovenia winning the Champions League, which, let's be honest, if anybody offered you money on that now and said put your last penny on this happening, you wouldn't do it. And in the Europa League as well, if you look at those names on the left, since Tottenham, you would argue that no really well-known team has won the Europa League. Even going back before that, Molde, Slavia Prague are probably the most known until you get to Fenerbahce, and then you've got Marseille. So that is a surprise, really. Inter Milan, Benfica runners-up, Tottenham came runners-up. So the big teams are in there, they're just not winning it. But this is what every England fan who watches this wants to know the answer to. In 500 years, did England win a World Cup? Because if you look on the right side of the screen, you can see that Spain won the last one, they're holders. Bulgaria won it before that. Ivory Coast, Switzerland, and Ivory Coast did back-to-backs. And then Ireland. Let's see if England have won a World Cup. Well, here you have it. England have won 29 World Cups since 2022. And as always happens actually on this game, they won the 2022 World Cup. That always seems to happen. They've won 28 European Euros as well, European Football Championships, and also won the European South American Super Cup, which is an amazing competition that I've never heard of. So England did win it, but did Wales? Yes, Wales have in fact won a World Cup. They've won 3, which I will never get to see in my lifetime. But hey, they've won 3 World Cups. They finished runners-up 4 times. They've also won 3 Euros, and they've won 3 of that European South American Super Cup, which they actually won the year before England did. So, sit on that, England. So, yeah, incredible to see Wales won. We know that Ireland did. Did Scotland? Have they been left behind in the wake of the Red Dragon? Let's find out. So Scotland have never won the World Cup.
Are you serious?
It's been I'm not being funny, right? Let me put this out there. It's been 500 years. 500 years. And Scotland have never won a World Cup. They've never won a Euros. How? That's amazing. They've been left in the trail of the Red Dragon. The Irish have left them behind. They've now gone and found new drinking buddies. This is that has genuinely shocked me. I've not looked at this database before recording this, so these reactions are genuine. I am amazed that Scotland have not won a World Cup. That's incredible. Okay, so to finish off, let's have a quick look at the world rankings. England, number 1 team in the world. I find that amazing, considering Spain are the world champions. They've not won a World Cup in the last, 8? So that surprises me. Spain second, Italy third, Bulgaria in 4th. Republic of Ireland are the 7th best team in the world, with Wales breaking the top 10. Really, really impressive from the Welsh. Brazil all the way down in 19th. And if we scroll all the way down to 56, somewhere around here is Scotland. 58 they are. There is one team, one kind of home nation that I've not looked at. And I wanted to see if they did, because if they've won it, and Scotland haven't. I am never making the Scottish Premiership or the SPL anything playable on my Football Manager saves ever again. Let's find out if Northern Ireland have won a major trophy before the Scots. Well, they haven't, but they've done better than the Scots, because the Scots didn't have anything World Cup or Euros based on their rank on their competitions page. Northern Ireland actually came third in 2110. I just feel so weird saying this. That's so fair play, but they've done nothing since. So the SPL is safe in future saves. And on that bombshell, we are going to finish this episode. If you've enjoyed it, please hit subscribe and hit that thumbs up button. And make sure you tune in to Welcome to Wrexham as we look to finish our second season in Friday's episode. I'll see you all soon, guys. Have a good one. Ta-da.